All right, here we are at Wednesday. Welcome to the Movement. As usual, I'm Zoe Levine, and we are here to get moving. Let's start. We've been doing so much work with all the balls, which are amazing, and I hope you continue to use those. However, is super useful for your hands and your feet, your butt, your hips. Let's get back to that idea of taking what you know and what we've learned together and putting it to more of a flow, kind of enjoying mashing a lot of different things together. And we'll do that with a little music in the background here. So I'm just gonna get that started. We'll start sitting just how you are, but sit tall. And just remember, we talked about bolstering at some point where you let your sits bones get up higher on a blanket or it could be a book too, a binder, but something that lifts your sits bones higher. Blankets are a little bit more comfortable, something that's folded up. Gives your hips a little bit height, something to perch on easily. So find that place so that there's not a temptation. There's not even a temptation to sit back. When your sits bones are perched easily, it's easy. I don't know how else to say it. It's just a little easier to be up tall without effort. We're not efforting here. So find your sits bones. I'm gonna let some music kind of play. Real slow so that you can still hear my voice. Okay, you can hear me okay? Let me know, just make some noise visually if you're not able to. All right, sitting tall on the sits bones, just with a breath all the way down into the pelvis. You will drive, that's useful. There's rain in the sound track here. Imagine the breath like rain flowing all the way down. Full sits bones. Sitting down to the roots. Let the breath shift. Deepen or lengthen in some way. Just to break yourself into this movement. And then with a gentle movement, just kind of tucking and tilting your pelvis. Good, I got you down. Tucking and tilting your pelvis. Good. Find that tuck high on the sits bones and then roll forward to the toe. And just play with, here I am perched, and here's that scoop to fall behind, and here I am perched on top of your sits bones, and then kind of going too far. Just focus on your pelvis doing the movement, like just the lower bones at first, so it's not going to be huge motion. A couple more just like that when we get bigger in a second. Bigger and bigger as we go. Now your head and tail are connected, so every time your tail tucks, your head drops. It's a whole spine C curve. And every time your tail opens, your head and chest open. And every time your tail tucks, your head drops. You can start combining that with breath, inhaling as you open up, and exhaling as you draw your belly back and really just lengthen to curve your spine. Ready to inhale, you lengthen to open tail and chest and head. And when you're ready to exhale, lengthen around a huge circle to tuck your chin. You can start to add in some arms, so as you inhale, open the arms up overhead or to the side. As you exhale, you can kind of curve them forward, widening your shoulder blades. As you inhale, big open chest, open heart, open tail, open head, and neck. And as you exhale, curve it in, like you're curling it all into a ball. And you can play with a variation on arms that feels really good to you. But just try to keep more opening as wide as you can and closing. And you don't have to go my tempo. You can use your breath. Every exhale is that connecting in, and every inhale is that big wide opening out. As if you can make it bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger each time. Last one. Keep your arms out and open. Relax the sternum down. Play with your snow globe. Your arms may be tired from the start. Let them work a little bit. Pressing way out, finding that width of your shoulder blade. Let your head float on top. If your neck is taking too much work, just shake out your head a little. Find lots of space. Let your shoulders get a little tired. Right, that's okay. That work, that support from underneath, right? Not from above. I don't know if you can hear that little kid voice that's saying, "What you say?" That's my niece. He says it all the time. The song's called "What You Say." Very cute way to use the family in music. Good. Now press down and out, and let your right ear fall to your right shoulder, pressing down and out with the other hand. With that hand, rotate it and move your wrist any way you like. It's going to be a different big stretch wherever you go. You could play with where your head is. Maybe it turns down a little bit, looking into your pocket on that side. Find the place that needs the most stretch. It's going to be different for all of us. You don't have to stay there, you can explore. And then chin to chest, other side. I would start ear to shoulder, and I would start kind of pressing down and away, open. And then from there, though, you can play, moving wrists, rotating the arm. You might notice one side has more space. And you can play, so the arm can play down here, the head can play a little within this small container. Drop your chin down to your chest, but then I want you to feel like there's a string on the base of your skull. You can feel it with your fingers. The string lifting the base of the skull back and up. So it's not just a complete drop. There's a lift and we're lengthening from up higher. And just let your head hang for a moment. See if you can find some breath right in that spot. Again, you can feel it with your hands. That soft, you're right under the base of your skull. That's where you're breathing and lengthening from, and lifting. Good. And then head floats up. Take a little lifting of your chin towards the ceiling, and you can almost pull your, it's like if you're pulling your skin down, and you get this nice pull in the front of your neck. Can you feel that? You can even stay pretty high on your sternum, so you're pulling the skin down and letting your chin pull the skin up, so you're getting kind of a fascial pull, but it almost feels like your skin. Just play with that in any way, sideways, straight in the middle, other side. And then let your head float on top. Find your sits bones grounding once again. Take your right arm high. And see if you can keep your right sits bone grounded down, but find a side bend. It may help. Take your knees wide and use a little forearm. Okay, so knees wide, one forearm down. Just take a big side bend, but try not to lift that sits bone up off your chair. Keep it grounded and focus on the ribs opening. And then from here, you can open your chest a little bit toward the ceiling and then toward the floor. And you're just gonna play that game for a moment. Towards the ceiling, whatever feels good, and slightly toward the floor. You could inhale and open toward the ceiling, still side bending, but opening toward the ceiling with your side bend. And you could exhale, facing the floor a little bit. And inhaling to open toward the ceiling. And your forearm, your other forearm is just on your thigh. Nice and easy. It's just finding open space on that right rib at every angle. And bring that arm down, sit tall. Breathe into both sides, all the way down to your sits bones. Notice a difference side to side in the ribs and the shoulder. So just more room, more awareness. Same thing, other side, forearm to thigh, if that works for you. Start with a straight side bend, so you kind of know what straight side feels like. And then within this, you can start to play a bit. Playing to open the chest slightly, right? You might not be able to go far, but just the idea. And the idea of closing the chest a little bit, but still reaching into that side bend. This side is a little tighter for opening from the ceiling. You might have a tighter side as well. The whole time finding your breath, allowing your breath to open up or help you open up that space between each rib. No rush. You can take as long in each pull as you like. Never running into so far that it hurts. Just looking for that place that feels nice. And when you're ready, let the arms go down. Give the spine a little wiggle. Or wave. And then just sit still on your sits bones. Notice how when your ribs have space, your shoulders can just settle around your ribcage in a more natural, easy way without a lot of tension. That's only from stretching. And then come up to standing. If you have your calf stretch, whatever you like to use for your calf stretch, I'm gonna do that first. You're not gonna be able to hear my voice from too far away. So just let's stand in calf stretch and we're gonna follow. It's a great idea to multitask while we're doing our calf stretch. So some of our finger stretches, I'll demonstrate as I show over here. Go ahead and switch sides for your feet and your hands. Step off your half stretch device, whatever you're using. Find your, let's use desk or something where you can rest your forearms down and find your legs nice and wide and just play with a little sits bone opening without worrying about the upper body so much. Kind of a restful place for your upper body. Tail gets to open easily. You can play with straight legs, maybe shifting your hips side to side. Open tail, remember we're not trying to tug up this way. That long back of the legs, the one where you get the stretch. So a little shifting side to side with wide legs. You can bend one knee at a time, getting a little bit lower into each the mini squat. Go with some support in your arms. practicing not only unlocking the flips, but this is that partial squat position that we're working toward. And then you can try with both legs, really bending deep, really getting into that deep, breathe, open tail, and straighten your legs and that nice long stretch for a moment. We'll do that a bunch of times. Really sit your hips way back behind your knees, find that fold, and then straighten up. Find that deep fold. Weight is in your heels. Couple more. You might even stay low in the squat and shift your side to side before you come back up. And again, sit low, a little side to side. Stay out of your knees by keeping your weight back toward your heels, your tail way back, some weight in your arms if you need. One more time. And just hold in that straight legs, tail open, hang out here for a moment. And just as another reminder of that old kind of squat prep exercise that we've been. Get this. So 1 foot up on your chair. And it's not too rolly. Right? Idea of 1 foot up and really sitting into that position, right? That's a deep squat, just kind of sitting into that crease. Not like you have a ton of weight on it, a little weight in that leg, and then straighten up, sit into it, find that crease. Just the knee into the chest and the tail open at the same time. Okay, so it's not that tuck tail down, it's really stick your butt out and open. Then you can do the same thing on the other side if your chair is not too rolly. Again, you're just looking for that. Not that tuck. Open. Take your butt out. Tuck. That's good. Good, last one. And just standing tall for a second. Notice even in standing, you might feel a little bit more stacked, as in your muscles don't have to do as much work in order to just stand upright. A little them in the way you feel and stand in your joints. And that is it for today. So a little sequence, kind of mashing a lot of the things that we've done before, using the idea of being able to explore within a little bit of a container. So it doesn't have to be too bossy, right? All the things that you're learning, I hope you're figuring out ways to do it that feel good for you. You're always welcome to go off-roading. You're always welcome to stay in a, oh, she taught me this, but oh, this feels nice too. And it's right here. It's next door neighbor. It's your body. So you get to explore. That's what, hopefully, what one thing that you're walking away with after our time together. So that's it for today. Let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, just say hi or bye before you have to run, and I'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Bye, Zoe. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kristen, bye, Nicole. Bye, Laura.
Bye.